Bitcoin's broken all-time high. Nah, 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 nah. We've waited a while. Nah, 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 nah. Release the altcoins. Nah, 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 nah. It's time for alt season. Nah, 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 nah. Banter fam, what up? Today is a day to celebrate, baby. Yes, Bitcoin has broken all-time highs. Fantastic. It's been a while. There was a lot of doubters in March. It made sense. Market got a bit rowdy beginning of the year. But Bitcoin never fails, baby. And here we have Bitcoin breaking all-time highs. And now the road starts to the $130,000. Now we go into uncharted territories. Now things get interesting, right? Because again, what has happened in the last 24 hours, the last 2-3 weeks, right? There was a lot of this phase of like Bitcoin's bouncing. Is it real? Disbelief. Then hoping, really hoping that this is going to break all-time highs. Now we have broken it. So what kind of happens next, right? Now the confidence starts to hit the market where they're like, whoa, we can no longer be bears anymore, right? We can't be bears right now when it comes to Bitcoin itself. Now it's time for FOMO, right? And this is what you're going to see. You're going to start to see a bunch of FOMO. Now, again, we know that the FOMO happens in altcoins. This is the retail play, right? People want altcoins. Altcoins are the gems. Altcoins are the ones that brings all of the crazy gains in the short time frames, okay? And this is the important thing. And again, I want to show you this over here on the altcoins. Altcoins are literally in the areas of around 4% away from a mega altcoin squeeze. Okay, and now that we have Bitcoin in free territory, it is time for us to prepare for a next big mega altcoin rally, right? Not only the rally to get us back to the highs, but even the alt season rally, right? Very important for us to now be aligned, to no longer sit and kind of, you can have some of this bearishness, but the bearishness is used in stop losses, right? You can no longer be afraid anymore. It is time to jump on the damn bus. The bus is moving. So again, this is a nice sign that the moment that Bitcoin gets momentum and actually gets the confidence going, you could see that there's a nice little fat red candle starting here on the Bitcoin dominance. Therefore, your altcoins are getting ready to pop. All of your altcoins right now are sitting at resistances. I want to make sure we catch the next major leg. Let's go through the alts. Let's go through what's still available in entries. Let's go through where the targets are next. And let's start upgrading our software. Remember, the market has just upgraded. Something different has now happened. We are now going to start to enter the parabolic phase, which means that we need to double check our software. How does the strategies work now? What shifts? What is different? So guys, it is a fantastic day. Hit the like button for Bitcoin and hit the like button for alts to finally catch up. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Friends of the channel, just hit the subscribe button. Guys, are we celebrating today? How is your positions looking? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Mine are starting to wake up nicely. I'm finally back in the 300K. Finally, right? And it's nice to see the positions all nice and green. But this is where the work starts now, right? This is where I want to build the positions bigger. We played it nicely over the last couple of days. We were kind of sitting. Timing is always going to be tough, but I'm very proud of us for sitting with some limit orders, right? And waiting on this side of the pullbacks, to buy a bunch of alts. And it just showed that it worked out beautifully. Again, 70% of them hit in limit orders, and then I got some cash to add on. But I think this is a great way to start adjusting ourselves to the bull market, right? Adjust ourselves and really get ourselves into good habits. That if you kind of miss the altcoin, wait for it to break key levels, wait for it to come down and retest those levels. And that's kind of when you want to catch it. So again, you're going to see ridiculous pumps now. You're going to see very strong rallies, but you will see every couple of days, you will see a nice little aggressive pullback. And we actually saw a nice little game last night, right? We saw how Bitcoin actually played this game. And I want to zoom in here. Where was this little wick that happened yesterday? Where was it? You don't see it much over here, but if you look on the altcoins, there we go. Okay, you see here, right? This is why it's so important to remember that for as long as we are not breaking through areas, remember that price can come down to support at any point. And you can see here that now and then a little trap comes into play and then releases. Get used to this, guys. This is what is going to happen quite often, where you're going to have a rally up, quick shakeout, rally up, and this is just going to catch late buyers. right? Which means still be level-headed. Just be very careful with just chasing the biggest pump of the day and the biggest altcoin and all these type of things, okay? Sit nice and tidy with some limit orders on the alts that you really want that you have missed. And then the next step again is if your altcoin is showing a sexy ass buy zone, right, and it's breaking trend right now, no more waiting anymore. Have the confidence, get in, put a stop loss and go, right? You have to really be confident over the next couple of weeks. You have to believe, you have to play the game now, okay? And the Super Bowl has arrived, right? You have trained for this for so many years now, and so many months. It is now here. Play the game. Don't doubt that the game is here. Play it here and prepare for both. Guys, can I have a thumbs up? We're good. We're ready to go, right? We're ready to pump this market together. I promise to give my all. I promise to give tons of altcoin trades, but I also promise to say when something's overbought, to not chase pumps. Let's wait over here. Then a bunch of haters hate on me for 3 days. Then it comes down and it hits, and then everyone loves again, right? It's a part of the game, right? It's a part of the thing. But my goal here is to be transparent and to make sure that we stay level-headed. Very important, you know, not to be too drunk at a party where everyone's going to get drunk very quickly. So let's go through the big news. Obviously, big news is Bitcoin breaking all-time highs. Now, it is time for us to start using the other tools we've learned, right? Because now, Maserati, oh, we're already at that stage, huh? This comes later, bro. It comes later. Right now, it's like, stay focused. So breaking all-time highs was good. It's actually so cool we're going in a straight line. It does really show us here that we're really getting into this parabolic stage, right? We are kind of not waiting anymore, but it also means that we are a step closer to the end of the bull market. Now, again, what I mean by that is, you know, a couple of good, strong months. This could be 6 months, could be 9 months, could be 4 months, right? It's all about how fast things start to speed up now, because when we start to speed up is when we kind of start getting near the end of the cycle. But the real end of the cycle is when altcoins go absolutely parabolic. So I still think we got around 6 months of absolutely incredible gains and incredible rally to the upside, okay? And we need to understand that as things speed up now, okay, you're going to have these thoughts that these coins are going to change the world and stuff. Just really focus on the take profit strategies. How much money do you want to bank? Where do you want? Ladder out, okay? And all you have to do is, as this market is going up, parabolic, and I'm talking real parabolic now. This is not our little 20% pumps we're talking about. Like, this could be the road to a $600 to $800 Solana, right? This could be a $5,000 to $8,000 ETH. This could really be that big high time frame parabolic move. But the way you kind of play it is, the goal is to kind of be all in right now, right? At these levels, before the craziness happens, kind of be all in. And as the market starts to rally and it's up 100%, 200%, you start exiting 30, 40% of the capital, okay? Which means you are actually trading the entire bull market. But as the bull market is making its way up, you're just trading with less of the capital. The rest is kind of sitting in cash. Now, guys, another thing that I want to quickly speak about. Crypto is my life, right? I love crypto, but crypto is my money tool, and you need to all look at it the same. For crypto adoption, it is going to take a couple of years, right? It's probably going to take 10, 15 years overall for all the categories inside of crypto to dominate the space, right? This is a money transfer that we are changing here, right? And this is going to take time. So you need to still be very much focused that you are here to make money, right? So again, when this is starting to rise up again, okay, I'm looking at diversifying, right? I'm opening a bunch of little side businesses, a bunch of this, a bunch of that. But start thinking about the future as well, that when you start making this money over the next 6 months and this market wants to go quiet for another year, you know, what can bring you in dollars every month when that happens, right? What can do? Because a big thing that changed my life was when I started creating some dollar generating businesses. Therefore, when a bear market comes, you kind of got some fresh money every month. And if it gets a bit cheaper, you got some capital to load in. Okay, so please know that this is about to get fun, but prepare for your future, right? Use this capital in as a way to diversify and to create this ecosystem around you, that not only are you going to crush the next bear market, you're never going to complain about big dumps again in your life, because you're going to have fresh dollars coming in every month, right? So start looking at all of this and grow as a whole. We got it, because again, I'm saying all of this now before it gets super exciting. Make sure you use this to truly change your life. We're not here for lotto. We're here to whoop ass and to do it and actually earn it, right? Those who win lotto don't earn it, and therefore they give a lot of the money back. We're not here to be rich, luckily, right? We're here to really create true wealth. And you know what? That will be a big thing for your family as well. You can really do a lot in a short period of time. So Bitcoin broke all-time highs, which means now this is the new supports, right? Now, I don't think we should test it too soon. I actually think we're going to start ripping up a lot quicker first. But at any point, this is kind of, you got to remember that it is now step for step, right? As prices were going down, they were making these areas. As price goes up, it turns these areas into support, right? So every new high that Bitcoin is making now becomes the new support. And it just tells you that at any point, if there's a rejection or a pullback, it's very likely to come back to the support, right? And that is just going to very much be a simple tool of catching late buyers that buy this side, okay, and putting them under pressure that they flake out over here and the real buyers buy this side, right? And it's just showing that every time now, because what happens if Bitcoin makes its way to $250,000 now, right? What techniques do you start to use? Just remember that every high we break, okay, is the new support, is the new area of where price can go back. So now as it stands, the support for Bitcoin, which is so nice to say, it used to be our damn resistance and all-time highs, okay, but our support is now sitting at the 106 and 108,000, which means that if price starts pulling into this at any moment, there's a bunch of entries available, right? This is where you can go top up, or maybe you took some profits and you want to go enter up some new trades, right? Or these type of things as well, but keep this in mind. And again, if it does do that, and then it breaks the next one, then that's the next support, right? And you're going to ladder this baby up as it goes, as it goes. And the key signs that we're going to obviously look at for reversals is the moment that if we start turning this and we start to have a lower low or these type of things, then this will be a very important point to bank some cash. But for now, we're about to go into uncharted territories where no one knows where Bitcoin is going. No one. Everyone has an opinion. No one knows where it's going, right? This is where it is. But we got some cool tools. And the tools that I use here very much are the Fibonacci tools. Just the simple stats of when things break previous highs, they usually pump another 60%, right? This is just, so what that means is in this whole dump over here, a recovery is 100% and it usually pumps another 60%, right? It rarely starts to, and it's the same thing here. You could see the pullback, this whole wave over here. You could see that strong rip over here. So we have these tools, and my tool is saying that the next target for Bitcoin, with maybe no major retests or pullbacks just yet, okay, is sitting at around 130, probably 128 to $132,000. Okay, so this is where my tools are showing me, and this is a part of the game plan. But again, that is where we are going. Where I want to maybe buy more and stuff like that is always on support. So your support's at 106 to 109,000, and the next target on Bitcoin is the 132,000. After that, we can have a look just so we can get a bit of a scope of what kind of next after that. The 2.618 is the $167,000. And if we want to look at what Bitcoin did previously, which it did go to the 3.618, but let's have a look just to get an idea, okay, of the key levels. 618, that one is sitting very close to where I think we're going to hit the cycle, is around the 200 to 210,000. Then I think it's just a couple of months of chop. We might even come back down to the low 100,000s, and then I think we're going to chase the 500, right? So we are in this journey for the long run, right? We are in here for the next 10 years. We're here to catch the next 3 bull cycles. I think the bull cycles will get a little bit smaller with gains, okay? But you will always have these strong rallies and these big opportunities over here as well. So that's the plan over there, right? So the 2 plans for today, or let's say the weekend. The first one is we actually chill here and drive the market crazy, right? Everyone's expecting Parabolic now. Everyone's excited. So why don't we just bore them a little bit, right? We have 2-3 days down into this zone. And by Monday next week, we start rocketing because the weekly timeframes are actually looking really good. I want to go here to Bitcoin. The weekly timeframes are looking amazing and looking ready for Parabolic, right? Definitely looking similar to this phase over here, okay, where it is now time to start putting in these big candles. And then, again, a little bit later on, and I think it will happen around 132, okay, shakeouts and then continue. So these big shakeouts will come. I don't think we're anywhere near there yet because we have not released the altcoins. But when the altcoins get released, these leverage wicks are coming, right? That's our next next challenge to face in the cycle is going to be the big liquidation wicks to come. So this is one, if we cool down, this will be spectacular for you if you missed a couple of altcoin zones, if this plays out. Okay, that's the one scenario. And the next one is we really just start climbing now. And we just have small and we just start climbing, shake, and we go, right? That is the next play that I'm seeing. And this is the one that I've been preparing for. That's why I decided to buy over here, right? A lot of my altcoins rather than trying to buy up over here. because I want to survive all of this. I want to survive all these wicks. And at some point, there will be a little bit of a shakeout that will trigger alt season, right? The question is, it might even be now. So if we look at Bitcoin dominance now, whew, this could end up being the perfect recipe we've been waiting for. Now, we've been fighting months and months and months for a Bitcoin dominance collapse, right? But we did have a very nice drop a couple of weeks back, or a couple of weeks, about a week back to 2 weeks back. We did have a nice little altcoin release that's finally popped the alts out of that big resistance. We've now come and retested it. And if I zoom in here, we are starting to lose the trend. Okay, which means altcoins are joining the damn party, right? But the real party starts very shortly. So if you look at this, I told you guys yesterday, this is a good time to buy, right? We're breaking the bull flag. So remember, everything that I teach you here, just remember the patterns, what happened, all of these type of things, right? This was bullish. It was always bullish because it was not going up like this. Okay, it was going down, angled to the downside. Down is bullish, up is bearish, right? And you could see that this was just making a very strong bull flag. As we started popping through, we broke out, we tested it beautifully, and we rocket shipped over there. So again, if you have an altcoin that is basically, you see your altcoin is climbing like this, and it was making this flag, and it popped out of the flag now, you know where to put limit orders. You know where to prepare your buys, right? Is these retests over here that come into play. So this was the first sign that we were bullish, right? The second sign was release. Release the damn alts. And you could see that from here, what I love about this is we have broken through the 618, okay, which means altcoins are now very likely to push through to the top. Okay, and again, if there's any of those small pullbacks into support, you know that it's just broken this level. So I just want to show you again. Because if I show you on total 3, a lot of your altcoins will print the same thing. That is now support, which means any fresh buys or anything like that, especially if you want to start a trade, guys. Think about it. If you don't have this altcoin at all, right? You want to buy in support. If you have bought $20,000 and you just want to buy another $1,000 more, there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit more over here, right? But if you want to start fresh positions and buy an altcoin from scratch, you want to buy it on support. Right? And that's where the support is right now. So as it stands with alts, it looks like it wants to push up. Then there's 2 scenarios, a push into support, okay, or we absolutely smash it. And from there, now the party starts. Now your crazy friends arrive to the club, right? This is where the hooligans come, but you know what? They're the life of the damn party. They're the best in a great party, and they're terrible the next day in the hangovers, right? And what that means is downside is terrible, but upside incredible. This is where the big short squeeze happens. There is a very big opportunity here on altcoins. You could see here that not only, and I spoke about this in Sniper Club yesterday, I kind of use this area to build positions, but this is where the real juice happens, right? This is where things start rallying straight back. And you could see we go straight back to the tops of where we've been, okay? And this is basically, think about this as Bitcoin's $95,000 resistance, right? The one that it was just before it went to the 100 and 3 and 105, right? That is where the real party starts. And I want to just show you this because it's time for us to start preparing for it now. Okay, it's not if anymore, it's when, right? That is what has changed conviction-wise for me over the last couple of weeks itself. Okay, is you could see here altcoins. All-time high breaks are next, right? After we get through this little patch now, you're about to see a very strong short squeeze. But then where the real juice happens is when we break the all-time high. So what's nice about where we are right now, there's still a really good 25 to 50% up in your altcoins. Now, I've seen a lot of comments of people being 50% down in their portfolios. This, you'll be back, right? You'll be back. But you know what's nice about it? You're still kind of early, right? Because where the real happiness happens is obviously once we start getting through this zone over here. Then I'm expecting us to do something like that, right? I'm expecting percentage-wise and where we're at. Again, this is my tools, and let's put my tools in. I think we're going to hit the 2.618, maybe the 3.618 if things get ridiculous, right? Okay, but if Bitcoin goes anywhere near the $200,000 to $250,000 zone, we could easily hit the 2.618 and 3.618. So it gives you an idea of the size of the wave that's going to come. And it comes pretty quick. You could see in this phase over here, we started the pump in December and we ended the pump in May, right? So this was an area of around 6 months to the upside, where it just goes ridiculously fast. A lot of people come into crypto, okay? And it gives me an idea of the size. So again, if you look at a couple of percentages here, you're looking at around 180% and a 250%. Now, what do these percentages mean? This just means all the money coming into altcoins, right? But again, money will be distributed to the right altcoins, right? Some altcoins are going to do 20x's, some will be 10x's, some will do 5x's, right? And it all kind of, that's why for me, the most important thing right now before altcoins go parabolic is to just make sure that your bags, like, it's quite simple, guys. Make sure you have the highest quality altcoins at good prices. Then what you do is you take 20% and you just go buy all the junk that you want to buy, right? Go for it, okay? But make sure that the quality, the really good bad boys, because these are your safe 5x's, 3x's, some of them 10x's. I think 𝗬𝗍 can do incredible things. I think Solana can do incredible things. I think ETH is still a 2x, you know, maybe a 3x type of thing. But just play with the amount of money very much. And then I would 100% go buy a bunch of gaming tokens and go AI tokens and these things, but 20% of my capital, right? Just keep that in mind as we get going. But that's the size of the wave. That is what I'm seeing. Why? Because again, I think this Bitcoin dominance is going to have a collapse like this. It does every cycle, but it's the end of the cycle. So again, why has it not happened till this day? Because Bitcoin was still not going parabolic just yet. When does that change? When all of a sudden dominance starts collapsing, it means there's a couple of months left, and that's it, right? And then we make life-changing money, and I guarantee you, this is a promise I'm making you, I guarantee you we're going to take a lot of profits. We are going to keep a lot of money this bull cycle. No more throwing away money. Deal? Deal? Deal, right? No more. We're going to make money, but we're keeping our money, right? We're going to go chill on the yachts for 2 years while markets are coming down, and we're going to have bank, right? It's super important. Okay, let's jump in here. Let's go look. Anything else? Yes, this was the big chart I spoke about yesterday, USDT dominance. It's on support now. The next one, we're back at the high. So it shows you where the market's at. Okay, so let's go through them. Here is ETH, right? So ETH, the short squeeze. Remember, there is still resistance above. Okay, so again, like I said, if we just broke out of these trends now, right, it means that your support buys are here because we still have one more big boy resistance, right? And that's the big one to really release the altcoins on a 50% rampage. And that's coming, right? Now that Bitcoin's broken highs, there's no more doubts anymore. That's coming, right? But again, if you want to maybe buy some more or things like that, there's nothing wrong with two plays here. Remember, ETH, 2 plays for the day. The first one, we cool down, pull into the zone. That is your buy zone, right? The second thing is let it pop. If it breaks out, let it test. That is your buy zone, right? So you have this strategy that you're buying, but the main thing is when the market's going up, you're buying on this side. That's the difference, right? And you're buying support, and you're also buying with some RSIs at the bottom. But where's ETH going to next? ETH has a lot of resistance ahead of it. So it might slowly climb into this 2829. After that, 3539. And we will be recovered, right? Dogecoin. I gave you guys the nice little bull wedge to buy over here, but the same thing here. It still has resistance ahead of it. The old pump has not even begun yet, guys. And this is what's exciting. After this, I guarantee you my show doubles in views. I guarantee you that the amount of people that fly into crypto goes up by a very high percentage. Okay, you are earlier if you're watching the show today. Right? Here is support. Not far. You'll see the pullbacks are very small right now. But there we go. Right? So for things like Dogecoin, into these zones, we go. The goal is to get it before this resistance. If it's spot, guys, and you don't care about 4 or 5%, go for it. Right? They're breaking out of bull flags here. Fantastic. And you can see that the next pump here is obviously into the 30s, but we're going to start looking at the real targets. Right? The real target is getting back to the higher bands over here. I think this could be your entries back to the 50 cents, and it might even be your entries for the damn bull market all-time highs on Doge, right? Solana, token I've been building very much a position in. I want to show you guys over here. This one is now up 87%, which is nice. 14K on this one over here. My account over here, I'm now up $35,000 on Solana itself over here too. So Sol is really waking up, okay? And it hasn't even begun. So the same thing with Sol. The support's sitting over here. There might be a small pullback into the thing. Again, if you don't care about the 2%, we're here now, right? Just remember it's resistance though. Okay, so you keep some cash for specials. That's the only big thing to remember. After this, guys, Solana $240. I want me some of that. I want me some of that damn trade. Ondo breaking out, but they have not even broken the highs yet. From here, if this is with the pullback, okay, and if it rips, again, what will happen from here is rip, turn support, and go, right? Ondo, big moves. You could see the next Ondo push out to 1.4 into the 1.6, right? Targets. Cardano is being released. Very nice. And Cardano, guys, if you get these quick opportunities today, because there is an opportunity if the market pulls back into support, we're quite lucky if it does. Okay, there is some really good buys. Cardano is one of my favorites. Doge is one of the next ones, because Cardano for me next gets ready for $1 to $1.20 again, right? And again, high time frame, I think this thing can go easily to $5 in the future. So always remember that your spots, long-term things are good opportunities, and as traders, trade support zones, right? These type of things as well. NIA's waking up. That's a support. So not big pullbacks, guys. Not massive ones, but they're being released. There is Casper being released now. Sonic, still early, right? There's Algo. There is AVAX. Oof, we called this beautifully this week. Let me know if you got these trades, guys. There is 𝗬𝗍 breaking out. I see THORChain. Don't tell me trend lines don't work, right? Look at this over here. I think THORChain is going to make a comeback. I do. The first resistance here is at $3. Okay, so there's a nice 50. But the trend line is showing $4.06. And what happens if it breaks it? They went through a hard time, but they got through it, right? And I always believe it's one of the best tech in the market, right? This is insane, right? So there is a THORChain over there at the moment. A couple, FARTCOIN is breaking highs. Well done, FARTCOIN. You're just ripping all the time. Ripping, right? FARTCOIN has broken the damn highs again. So your memes are being released right now. And look at this, guys. Look how every damn time we started here, we broke through, we tested a support. Look how we just turn these highs into supports, right? Every damn time. So it just tells you if you missed the damn thing, put limit orders there. Look at that, right? It literally turned all of these areas into supports. Break it, push it, break it, push it. And look how strong that is. This is sustainable. This is actually very good growth that we are seeing here, and a real pump. It's not just going in a straight line. Later on again, when the lights go off and the DJ comes on and then everyone gets rowdy, then everyone starts acting unusual, and that's when everything just goes rocket ships. We're not there just yet, right? We're still in the early phase where the club's still pretty nice at this point over here. Okay, going down the list over here. I don't know if there's some alts for the community, guys. Let me know. Give me some alts. Oh, I made a mistake yesterday on the BTCC one. I raised my stop loss a little bit too soon. So this is my only account that I lost on. Yeah, I lost $2,000, $3,000. Okay, but I got to get this thing in, but I can't FOMO in right now. So when support comes, then I can. So this is one account that's just, okay. This one's cooking. This one's cooking, and my Bybit one is really cooking, right? Which is great. Okay, I'm happy. I'm so happy to be back on the tracks again over here, and I'm happy I survived, right? I think that just shows us again, survival is so important in the hard times. Okay, Maddie, let's go. Guys, what's the likes at there, Matt?
We at 690, almost 1,000.
Get the likes up. Okay, let's go. Let's go through a couple of tokens for the community, sir. Beam, okay, gaming. I like your idea. Okay, so just before we get into this, let's quickly chat about it. Okay, so again, large caps on special right now, going to start moving at any point, right? Ethereum is right at resistance. When this thing pops, we're back into 3,000, 4,000. And I don't think any of us, let's actually bring up one chart quickly. We don't speak about too much anymore, but let's chat about it because it might become a very important chart again. Let's look at where ETH to Bitcoin is actually sitting. Okay. Let's zoom out. I remember actually calling this couple. Guys, this is literally, yes, ETH to Bitcoin. Look at this. Whew. There is a lot of growth incoming for ETH to outperform Bitcoin. All right. So again, ETH, good levels now. It's still major pumps to come. Large caps right now. Solana, Sui's, any of your XRPs, Cardanos, any of them here. These are your best. And then it is time to start dipping into this pond. Right, time to start dipping into the gaming pond. Right, remember I have gone for a couple. One of the newer ones that I went for was 𝗦𝗏𝗧𝗏. Okay, but let's bring up the gaming tokens. Let's start chatting about the gaming tokens and see where they are at. Oof, look at this 𝗦𝗏𝗧𝗏 pump though for the last couple of. That's a great weekly candle, guys. Who got this yesterday? Great rip. Look at that. Woo. Who got it? We spoke about it. I spoke about it a lot. I said there was news coming, right? What's the news released, Matt?
Let me double check. I know it's today. Big announcement.
It's coming. Maybe it hasn't even happened yet, right? Look at that. Don't FOMO, right? Buy pullbacks, very important. But I've been speaking about this one over here. Okay, so let's bring up Beam. Okay, let's bring up a couple of the favorites. Let's bring up NAKA. Okay, let's bring up GALA. I'm going to just go through this quickly, just so we can overall look where the gaming is sitting. Let's bring Super Farm. I know Super's been building pretty strong. Super's one of the favorites. What's more? What's Vulcan Forged again? I'll get the... Okay, so best. Look at this investment entries. You could just see it so clearly, right? Investment-wise, looks like gaming hasn't gone parabolic yet, because remember, they only come next, right, when the rest of the Bs come. So right now, these are the ones to rip off strong, and memes. I think memes fall part of somewhere in between. We need to actually add memes in here, right? Memes is somewhere in here, and then the alt season is the rest of the categories. Let's bring this up over here. So again, Beam is in good investment entries, and again, nothing wrong with going crazy with gaming. 5%, 10% of the portfolio, right? Makes sense over here. But you can see the opportunities are big. Again, it's fighting this big resistance. But once it's through the resistance, there is a very strong pump incoming. So you can get a bit of an idea that a couple of these entries here are really strong 200 to 300, 400% gainers, right? So Beam is looking good as an investment, not the best trading token right now. Let's go back here on NAKA, token that it's my biggest gaming token. Okay, it had such a good run, has pulled back quite a bit. There is a big trend telling us only in the next 4 or 5 weeks, maybe sooner, but the break of this trend is where it's going to go, which means for now, it's definitely in investment territory. Once it gets through here, then you can obviously start looking at the mid-range, same as Bitcoin, and then the top range over here. Okay, and again, I think it is a higher value token than where it went previously. So 380%, and this could end up being a nice 7 to 10x gem over there as well. Gaming, I am still very confident gaming will have a run. If you believe in GALA, I know GALA's had a lot of their issues, a lot of great, but they've been around. They're straight back in the investment areas, one of the top coins when the markets get moving. You look at this chart and you see very big investment opportunities. This could be a 10 to a 20x gem. Okay, next one, Super Farm. A token that I would buy with a little bit more urgency than the rest of the gaming token, because it just runs with the markets. It's starting to be known as an altcoin that moves with the markets, even though it's in the gaming territory. So once it pops through this resistance here, there's a very strong rip incoming to the 1.8. Okay, so there's a nice 100% mover incoming. And again, Super is a token that I do think can get to $5 to $10 in the future. I think it's great. So again, a nice longer term, non-leverage, part of the portfolio to really focus on this week is a couple of gaming projects, right? Okay, let's go next one, Maddie. And again, My Lovely Planet is another one. We're in already, we're strong, but I do think this is a $2 to $3 token. Okay, let's go. Litecoin. Let's bring up some of the old dogs. Is this what we're doing? Okay, let's bring up the old dogs. Let's bring up this one. Let's bring up H-bar. Let's bring up XRP. Okay, what else? Let's bring up Stellar. What is Stellar again? XLM. Let's bring the old dogs out. Let's see, because these tokens had a nice pump. Okay, so let's go through. Good old Litecoin. It's just there. It's had one friend that's been there for so damn long, and he's just there, right? Sometimes he has a crazy night. A lot of times he just chills, right? So yeah, Litecoin. Definitely, obviously, if you look at high time frames, just hovering in the way I like to look at markets, and I've been explaining to school. Please remember, guys, there's another school event tonight. If you are part of school, join it, and you can also sign up for the new sniper school that's coming, right? But I just want to show you here, and I'm going to use the red box as the 20% club. But remember, the 20% club will buy times like this. The 20% club that make the most money in crypto have way more patience than than retail, right? Or the 80%. Remember, 80%, they FOMO in. They want to see chase. There's a difference between the two emotionally, right? And so when something is sitting like this flat, we know that at some point Litecoin will have a rip again, but it's currently in accumulation area, which means the 20% that believe in Litecoin would buy this right now and accumulate Litecoin in these areas. Later, when it starts to run like this, then the 80% will come and buy Litecoin. But the truth of it is you are going to sell into the 80%, right? So this, yes, is in accumulation. It's in the more patient territory. And if you believe in Litecoin as an investment, it is in investment territories right now. There's no retail in here, and there's no one that's excited about it right here, which means that still comes. Okay, let's go into a couple of the other older dogs. Here is 𝗬𝗏𝗧. So 𝗬𝗏𝗧 was nice because it was making this nice kind of daily bull descending wedge. You see that? Okay, and it is actually in a buy zone right now. It's in a spot buy, right? It's your choice. You want to trade leverage or not? You can work out your remember with leverage, guys. I'm going to quickly explain this to you. If you're going to buy leverage token right now, you're going to buy leverage, right? You know, on the top of your leverage, you got your leverage meter, right? 10% or 10x, 20x, whatever. Okay, so you zoom back over here and you say, okay, realistically, if I'm going to buy this now, okay, you want to obviously buy it when it's had a bit of a pullback, sure, okay, but you want to say, I'm going to put a stop loss here. So if you take this down, that's 6%. So if you put that on a 10x, you're going to lose 60% of your money on a stop loss, which means that there's nothing wrong with leveraging it, okay, but very low. So a 2x leverage would make sense on this. If you're happy with losing 10% to 12%, then that's great. I don't like using more than 10% per trade, right? So you can leverage, but whatever this risk is here is going to determine how much leverage to put into them. So just to keep you aware of that over there as well. Okay, spot, I think it's great because you can just pop a stop loss below here. We are going to next week, when this market rips, we are going to have a full stop loss show. The whole show is going to be on where we're putting our stop losses. No more just FOMO and buys and buys and buys. Where the hell are we going to put them? When are we going to raise them up? When are we going to remove risk, right? Important. So 𝗬𝗏𝗧 is in a great buy zone right now on spot. Again, the first target is mid-range, which is the 30 cents. That's a 50% pump. To the tops over here, you got up to 100% pump. And to the higher time frames, you obviously got the next target as the major highs, right? So this could definitely be a nice little 3x entry. Who knows? We might break all-time highs and end up being bigger. Okay, XRP, a token that I don't think will 10x, right? But I do think there's maybe a 3x left. But this has just done so well to the rest of the market. Look at it. And it also just shows you, you see when something pumps. There it pumps, right? Where's the nearest support? Aha, where did price go? Boop, boop. Straight in there, right? Straight into support zone over there. Boom, and then takes off again. So this is currently getting ready to break out on the weekly. It's actually in some spot entries right now, okay? However, if I am buying this, I got to realize that it's had a strong leg before this. So a stop loss is vital, okay? And a stop loss for me is around the 2.1. Just to make sure that you are not going to be stuck. You know what the biggest thing is? We've seen it so many times. A lot of people buy the top of bull markets and they hold it all the way down. No more of that, right? There's nothing wrong with buying tops as long as you know that you are buying the top or you're buying a token that's already moved. So put a stop loss in, right? Very simple. But this is definitely in a buy zone and accumulation between the 2.3 and the 2.5. Okay, and let's do some tools. Let's look at where XRP goes next. The next area is 4.4 and the next area is 6.1. That is the targets, right? For XRP, if it does a 3.618, there's $8, right? Let's see. Let's see if it goes crazy. Okay, XLM. I think if you like XRP, you must like XLM. They kind of run together, right? These are bros. Yes, good spot entry here. Good spot entry. Nice spot entry, actually. Right? To the middle of the range here is a good 50%. To the top of the range is up to 100%. Good trade. Non-leverage trade, spot, double your money over a couple of weeks. Fantastic. Stop losses around the 25-cent mark. Good trade, guys. Remember, the difference between traders and investors, because I'm both, is investor, I look at a little bit more fundamentally, you know, and maybe a Solana will be more exciting than Stellar, but that's for the long-term investment, right? If I want to make money over the next 6 months, I trade where the money's at. right? I trade where the hell I'm going to make money. And here is an opportunity to make money, right? So taking profits is vital on this token and putting stop loss is vital. And that's my opinion, right? Who's winning Bitfund at 1K likes after? What's the likes on?
990. Literally need 10 more.
Oh, we're giving away stuff. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. What are we going to give away? We can give away stuff. Okay, let's go. I like this. Let's bring a couple more. Guys, want to do a couple more tokens together? Well, I do have a appointment at 1 o'clock, right? Okay, come 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Bring them. Okay, 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗏. Let's go. And keep the likes going because I'll do some giveaways. Who wants giveaways? Who wants Bitfunded? Let me know. Remember, I pay for these Bitfundeds. I don't just get these things. I pay for them to make sure that those who work their butts off get a full chance, right? It's all out of love. Okay. No, unless you get taken off of my... Really? Okay. So, here is 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗏. It's not far. So 𝗬𝗏's at a good investment. Obviously, it's probably in the best investment area you get on 𝗬𝗏, right? This has always been the best area to invest in 𝗬𝗏. And we know 𝗬𝗏 goes crazy in bulls. But it's not far from the weekly trend. So you could see here that basically 𝗬𝗏 will kind of enter with the large caps when they pop now. Okay, maybe even a little bit of the alt season category over there as well. But it's showing you that not too far, 2 or 3 weeks from now, you should see a rip. Now the first rip is to $29. Guys, this is a very good spot trade, right? That's 270% to the mid, to the top. That's a 5x. Decent trade. Stop losses around $6. Okay, so you're risking around 30% if you've got a very high stop loss for 500% reward. That's your choice. That's your choice. Okay, let's do giveaways. Let's go. Who wants Bitfunded? Guys, shout out to Bitfunded. If you want a Bitfunded account, easiest way to learn leverage, right? Here is the link over here to open up accounts. I know if you click on this link and you buy one, you get one free, right? Only for the rest of this week. Okay, so you get a free Bitfunded today. Incredible. Okay, again, I pay for it. But markets are up. I can afford it now a little bit. Okay, let's go yet to the challenges. This is the challenges. Here we go. You have a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 packages. This is the price you pay: $79, $99, $149. Remember, you buy one, you get one free, right? $249, $400. Okay. Then you trade a demo account. There's 2 stages. The one you got to get 80%. Take profits. Take profits, hold the cash for 5 days. Or at any time in that 5 days, you make it for 5 days. Then you go to the next stage. Okay, that's 5%. After that, you unlock and you trade real capital where you keep 90% of the profits. Right? So it gives you a way, instead of spending your own $5,000 on learning how to trade leverage, you can trade it with $79. So that you can find the link below. Let's give them away. Maddie, let's just quickly see last thing here. Where's the market at? Are we ready to go up again? Let's see where the market's at. Okay, Bitcoin's just hovering. Okay, fantastic. SM, you get a Bitfunded account. You get a $79 account. Let's go again. Next one. Artemis, you get a Bitfunded account. Let's give away 2 more, Maddie. 2 more. Who's winning Bitfunded? Yes, sir. You win it. Say it. You got it. 1 more. Taylor, you get a Bitfunded. Did we give like 3 females this time? Okay, man, we've got to balance out a little bit. Okay, love you guys lots. Have a great day. Make money. Bye-bye.